Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW.
Hello, guys, and welcome
Hi guys.
to the Archie Luxury. Welcome to the Archie Luxury live streaming channel. Very, very good to have you with me today. So I'm really, really pleased, guys. I've got a very special request from CB. CB is probably a mega super supporter. Really, really lovely guy, and he's asked me to read something out and answer it for my audience there. He goes, dear Pontiff, I feel your pain. Actually, I might just change my glasses there. These ones here, I've got a couple different versions. So I'll put these on here to make it clearer. Dear Pontiff, I feel your pain when you are fighting snakes. My opinion, however, is that these are good garden snakes you are fighting with. At least for most of them. Snakes are not beautiful to look at, but they are very necessary animals and help to control the rodents population around you. In any case, I applaud you. You have become the master snake tamer. I am stuck in a country where I can't super chat or participate live to your streams, unfortunately. I have donated to your channel conspicuously. He has been a brilliant supporter. Conspicuously. Conspicuous amounts for years. My last contribution was $1,000 for your LV box. I keep donating even if you keep pooping on collectors like me. Collectors with over 50 watches or very expensive collections. You consider us lesser than because in your opinion we got too much without pains and tribulations. This is what he says. Too much. I'm just going to highlight that bit there. He says we have, he says there, too much without, okay, he says that there. You can't never tell, my mighty Pontiff. Behind these large collections, there's a lot of hard work most times. People that worked hard since they were in school. So please, my Pontiff, I respectfully asking if you can appreciate and respect us a little more. Most large collectors I know love watches at least as much as you love yours. Most large collectors don't pay grey market prices. Not that there is anything wrong with buying grey market, but we have built relationships over the years that is paying back big dividends in the last few years. Just very quickly, a super chat from Bud the Stud, $5. Thoughts and prayers to Blue Shirt Buddha. He's not feeling well. God bless him, you man. You're in my prayers. I must say, I do hope you get well. I know a bit more than I've actually said because I just want to keep it confidential. But yeah, Blue Shirt, I love you. You're a good man. You're a decent, hardworking, good guy. And I want you back. CB is one of your most loyal supporters with a real passion for watches. My taste may be different from yours, and I might have accumulated more pieces over the years, but we are all a part of the same community, small, medium, and large collectors alike. And like in a beautiful garden, snakes are part of the community too. I respect you, Archie, even if I don't always like what you do or how you do it. I respect your love for watches and your ability to entertain all kinds of collectors all over the world. Many will try to imitate, but you can't be copied. You are and will remain a piece unique. That's exactly it there. And it's good to see we've got a couple people there wishing him health and wealth. I will always follow you in good and in bad. Long live the Pontiff, and long live the good garden snakes too. Cheers, CB. So I wanted to actually I wanted to explain why am I a bit hard on super collectors. And I think that is what he's really saying is, it's true. I am very hard on super collectors. Yes, I am. I can be quite brutal. Okay? And you know what? It probably hasn't been the smartest thing. Let me explain why am I brutal. Let me explain it to you, okay? And this is the reason. When you are of a certain wealth level, okay, I mean, say 50 watches this gentleman's got, Mercedes-Benz, Ferrari, you're at a certain level, everybody, you've got your own ego and your own belief system. Now, you all need to have self-confidence, and you also need to have an ability to, you've got to have self-belief. Now, that can become, the bad side of self-belief is it becomes ego. Now, what the problem is that sometimes this ego becomes ridiculous. And what I find is with very, very rich people, they are surrounded by yes people because they don't work with competitors. They work with employees who are working for them. So the power struggle. They don't have, when they go to a car dealer, he doesn't try and jack them. He's hello sir, would you like to go to a golf day with us? And he doesn't mind when he's negotiating. He can be a ruthless bastard. When he's buying watches, he doesn't mind pushing for the Daytona, pushing for the Pepsi, pushing for that special Paddock. They do it. And what happens is they're surrounded by yes men, okay? And when they ask me, what do I think of their collection? I need to give them a wake-up call and say, look, the sun doesn't shine out of your ass. They don't shit little pellets. They have normal poos like us common folk. So I got to say to you, I love the super collectors, but I would be doing a disservice if I didn't be brutal with them. And in fact, a lot of these super rich people, this is why they're into S&DM, you know, that sexy stuff, you know, with the whips and the chains, is because they're surrounded by yes men, henchmen, who agree with them. Everything they say is amazing. Everything they do is fantastic. Their jokes are funny. They're the sexiest men. They ego. See, when you start believing your own bullshit, you're destined for failure. So I like to try and bring these people back to earth. And that's what I try and do with the super rich. Now, is it a clever idea? No, it's not. It's stupid. It's stupid. Because you should suck up to the super rich. That's what you should do. But it's not my job. My job is to be brutally honest and tell them. That's my job as the Pontiff. My role as the Pontiff is to tell them honestly when their collection is shit. It's to tell them that. It's my job to tell them, hey, you bought all the, look at me, I'm not impressed. My job is to be brutally honest with them. Ken Fresno, $5. Arch, I know you are classically trained clarinetist. How much have you played the rusty trombone? I gotta tell you, man, I enjoyed band. I really did. I was in bands. Clarinet was my first kind of, I liked it. I liked playing instruments because it gave me an understanding of structure in music See, the whole reason pop bands took off was because it was cheaper to have 3 guys with an amplifier than an orchestra. You know that, don't you? That's what it is. And most of these legendary pop bands, they all play in the chord of C. Yep, that's right. You ask O'Sheen, he'll tell you this. They all play in the chord of C. C has no hard sharps or flats. That's the easiest key to play in. It's like in photography, it's like a 50mm lens. It's the stock standard. You can do no wrong. I got to be totally honest with you. My job with the super rich is to pull them into line and to make sure that I give them value for money. If I was polite and nice and suck-arsey like everyone else in their life, let me tell you a story. My stepsister, she's an executive in the government. She fluked this job. And she had a kid, and she named her kid. And I got to be honest with you. She gave him a ridiculous name. And nobody had the balls to say to her, that's a stupid idea. Because she's an executive level, all the staff underneath her, she's all wonderful. You look so beautiful. What a beautiful baby. What a cool name. Everything's so cool. Her husband, he's important. He's a psychologist. Psychologist. He's not a doctor. And nobody has the guts. Nobody has the guts to say to her, what a stupid bloody name. The poor bastard's going to be picked on. That no one's got the guts. CB, my girlfriend likes the chord of A. There we go. CB's in the comments there. I got to tell you, philosophy with Archie. There we go. Thank you, CB. I don't know whether CB... So what I'm trying to say is, these super rich people lick their assholes continually. That's not my job. My job is to be brutally honest. I know. Let me tell you this. Someone like Blue Shirt Buddha, he's a decent guy. He's not an asshole. Blue Shirt Buddha's a decent guy. That's why he won't have a Ferrari. That's why he won't have multiple Rolex. That's why he won't have a mistress here and a mistress there. Because he's just a salt of the earth guy. Does your stepsister get stuck in the dryer often? She's actually, my stepsister doesn't talk to me. Oh, they gave up talking to me years ago. My God, I'm no use to them. Well, why would they talk to me? Jesus. CB at MJT, not me. So basically, guys, I got to tell you honestly, all honesty with you there, it's my job to be brutal. Because that's what you're paying the money for. You're paying the money. Let me tell you this. You go to a watchmaker. This is what George Daniel. I never forget this interview. Because George Daniel, he made his own wristwatch. Okay, from parts, he put it together and made his own watch. What is the first thing you go and show a watch to a watchmaker? They pull out a loupe, a magnifier, a massive magnifying glass to try and find fault with your work. They're trying to find fault. What did you? Oh, it's a bit. You missed a spot. Watchmaking is full of that. And now, what am I supposed to do? Lick your ass and say, oh, what a wonderful, oh, it's so perfect. My job is to be brutal.
Feeling me, me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me.
Like, subscribe, and tell your friends, and don't be afraid to get a paid review. $50 for a paid review. It helps me stay full-time on YouTube, and I will see you
in the next one. $50 paid review. I can't survive on Google Ads. I need your support. And guys, you could also sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay as little as $1 a month to keep me on YouTube.
Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. You know, some of my Patek's came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.